Welcome back, my friends. My name is Charles, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about spring fragrances that I think are worth your attention. I have a ton of fragrances here that I'm going to discuss, so I'm going to try and go quickly. Not all of these are things I reach for very frequently, but I do think they are all appropriate and have their place in the springtime. There are a few in here for, I would say, different age groups. So if you're a bit of a younger man, or if you consider yourself somebody a little more mature, hopefully there's something in here for you that maybe you haven't heard about before, or that you personally enjoy and are excited to see somebody talk about. I will say quickly, the majority of these have been gifted to me, which is something I'm always grateful for as a content creator for a living. Getting free products is just one of the perks. Now, I always have this inner battle with myself because when I started social media, I was very excited to receive these products and show them off. And as time goes on, that sort of loses its, I guess it's what I'm trying to say is as time goes on, when you get free stuff, it doesn't really feel like it used to. It just kind of almost feels like overconsumption, even though I'm not buying them. And when I post about it, a lot of the times, I just feel like it comes off like I'm bragging. So I've really dialed it back, showing off all of my items on like Instagram and TikTok. For that reason, I just don't want you guys to get a bad taste in your mouth. And I think it's because I'm consuming a lot of that content and I'm seeing all these creators post these things like, look what I got, look what I got. Not saying it's gifted, not that you have to, you should be a smart consumer and understand that most things are gifted, but just like, I don't know, it feels a little braggy and I just don't want to be that. But at the end of the day, fragrances are a massive passion of mine. I have, honestly, at this point, I have too many, way more than I could possibly ever need. But I feel like since I have so many and not everybody watching has the opportunity to own this many fragrances, the least I can do is talk about them for you, give you my opinions in an honest way so that maybe you can make a determination of whether or not some of these fragrances are worth picking up or worth your attention. In my opinion, almost all of these ones in this video are fantastic. I'm just going to jump right into it with one of my newest ones, and this is something I'm actually really excited about. Now, it's like not a fragrance in the traditional way because nobody knows it as a fragrance, but everybody knows Moroccan oil. And this is what I'm talking about right here. This was sent to me from Moroccan oil, which is very generous. This is their new eau de parfum, and chances are if you smelled the hair oil before or any of their other products, you know this stuff smells amazing. It is identical, one-to-one, their signature scent that they're known for, and it smells so good. Oh my God. The atomizer is a little soft in my opinion, like a little weak, but who cares? I mean, it is nice when we have a good one, but I really don't care. The cap feels like pretty heavy. So this is like this blue, you get this like metal blue cap with it, like this. I think the bottle looks really good. I would say this is more suitable for women because women, I think, are most associated with this smell. But I mean, I love using Moroccan oil in my hair and I love the way it smells. So if you ever just want that clean, out of the shower Moroccan oil smell, you can now purchase it in a bottle. And honestly, definitely not like a signature scent or anything like that. But if you're a collector and you have a bunch of bottles and you just want something for fun, I think this is something cool that you can possibly add to your collection. Put that right here. All right, next up, this is from the brand Maker. I've spoken about them previously. I was actually just in New York City and they invited me to a private concierge at their New York City store, and it was beautiful. We talked about the history of the brand. We went through every scent. They even sent me home. They actually sent my girlfriend home with the fragrance because I have most of their fragrances already, but I did choose to get this candle. This is called Architect, and one of the most stunning and interesting fragrances I've ever smelled. It just smells like concrete at a construction site. I used to be a construction worker, so for me, it's just like, I just instantly felt this connection to this. So I wanted it, and I want this in a bottle. I'm actually designing, you know what, I'll talk to you about it later. But I did previously choose the fragrance Stag. Now, this is literally incredible. What I want you to think here is, oh my God. Oh my God, this is perfect for men and women, 100%. This is your man who's like put together, sophisticated, but without trying too hard, monochromatic outfit, probably in like the afternoon to nighttime period of the day. I would say you can wear this. You can wear this to like an event or something. Also very appropriate for women. And what this smells like to me is like a more accessible and a toned down version of Tom Ford Oud Wood. If you know Oud Wood, it's like the powerful CEO, woody, just bold, masculine fragrance. This one, it just like, it softens all the edges of that fragrance and just dials it down like 2 or 3 notches, and you're left with something beautiful, soft, seductive, woody, and just handsome smelling. This is absolutely stunning, and I am so impressed with this brand. Honestly, worth your attention if you haven't checked them out. Next one, sorry, put that here too. Next one is also from the Maker, and these are what the boxes look like. So this is called Naked, and I've spoken about this in the past, so I will keep it quick, but this is a very good spring scent and a summer scent. This to me, so all of their fragrances are supposed to emulate a room or an experience that you can have in one of their hotels, things that happen behind closed doors, a lot of romance behind the storytelling in this brand, and I think that's really cool. This one almost smells like it looks, if that makes sense. Like, just because the fragrance is so clear, it smells like that too. It's like this like subtly peppery, like skin scent. It's almost like there's nothing there. And I think this is supposed to emulate, like, you know, two bodies together after whatever you do in a hotel room, and just that smell of like a little bit of like musk, a little bit of skin, and a little bit of like a peppery spice. And that's all it is to me. It's there, but it's almost not there. It's like one of those fragrances where you're not gonna blow out a room, you're not trying to impress anybody or do anything too fancy. You just smell good and you smell clean, but like under the radar, and I think it's really cool. It says it is a sensual skin scent featuring notes of erotic passiflora, arousing white musk, and wet wild orris. Yeah, I think in the past I did say kind of smells like wet, like it just smells wet a little bit, and I think I'm gonna stick with that. But yeah, it's like a little peppery, slightly salty, maybe like a BO vibe, but not actually, just like a nice like dewy skin, peppery, musky, light, barely there fragrance, and perfectly unisex. Yeah, this one's super cool. My girlfriend likes to wear this one a lot. I enjoy smelling it on her. This isn't gonna be one of those ones where you get addicted to it and you like need to smell it all the time, but it's just a nice, easy reach, easy wear. All right, next up are two from the brand Aesop. If you know Aesop, you know I love their products. This one I purchased. This one is called Karst, and unfortunately, as you can see, it's all going. But this to me is like one of my favorite smells ever. I actually put this in my fragrances for life video, which you can check out here. That's fragrances I want to have for the rest of my life. And I think this one is something I will be rebuying soon, just so I can continue to experience it, because it just didn't last long enough for me. Like, I want more of this. So for me, this is like the perfect before 10 a.m. out of the gym, you shower up, you're leaving the gym fragrance. It's like sort of fresh and aquatic, but on like the softest level possible. And it is so not overbearing, and it is so not like intense in the best way. I actually really appreciate that about fragrances these days, ones that don't blow your socks off. I like to kind of dial it back. This one I can spray, I feel like 5-10 times on me, and I just smell cool, slightly aquatic, gentle, subtly clean. A few hours later in the afternoon, it's gone and I can apply something else, and it's just addicting. To me, this is a very addicting fragrance and one of my favorites from the house of Aesop. And the other one from Aesop that I will be absolutely abusing this spring is called Orner. I think I've spoken about this one in the past as well. This one is very, very floral. Look, if this tells you anything about how much I like these fragrances, I have so many fragrances. Look how much of this I've already used. And I just got this. I've only had this for a couple of months, and I've got like a couple hundred bottles for sure. This is very feminine, very floral, but so addicting. This is that flowy spring outfit. You don't give a shit if you look or smell girly. Maybe you got some, I don't know, extra jewelry on that day, or you're just, you know, wearing full linen and maybe having fun with a little pop of color or something. This is just amazing. It's like the notes in grandma fragrances that I don't like the tuberose. Like, I don't actually know if there is tuberose in here. It's got that like thing to it, but I don't mind it at all. It doesn't smell old. It smells very like interesting, young and refreshing. I wouldn't say this is appropriate for anybody under the age, like any man under the age of 25. Women, I would say probably 25 and up too, just like in terms of vibe. Like, you can wear whatever you want, but as a man, I think the more mature and the more toned down you get with everything, and like your wardrobe and confidence you have, I feel like you can wear more things. And in my opinion, that usually doesn't happen until like you're 25 and up. You start to learn who you are as a person. So once you get to that stage in your life, I think you can start experimenting with things, but also do whatever the hell you want. You know, maybe when you're young, you do it anyway. This one is perfect for those type of people. I love it. It's addicting. I'm a huge fan of Aesop. It kind of just creeped up on me, my love for this brand over time, because initially wasn't impressed, but over the years, they've really grown on me, and I really recommend them. So check this one out if you can, but I would definitely say you'll probably prefer Karst over this. Whew. All right. Another one for my young guys out there. This one is something that I've been addicted to my entire life, and I just always rebuy when I run out. And it's called Socal. It's from Hollister. This might actually be surprising to some of you, because like, what the hell am I doing with this? But this is such an addicting smell. Like, if you shopped, if you shopped at Hollister back in the day, you know this smell. You actually probably know a different smell more, but this smell is just like very, very Hollister, and I can't describe it. You just have to smell it. It's so unique. I've never smelled anything like it. It's so addicting. This is my fun, play playful, I don't give a shit scent. I'm wearing like shorts and a t-shirt. I got a shaved face, I got a bunch of jewelry on, and I just want to smell youthful. This is something that like gives me a youthful energy. So I would say anyone in the 20s, like go nuts. Like 30s, like I'm still wearing it. I'm 33, I don't care. But it is a very youthful scent. I don't think it lasts very long, but they still make this after all those years. And I'm so grateful they do because I'm obsessed with it. And I don't know, it's just one of those fragrance DNAs that hooked me from the beginning, and I was never able to let go of it. So check it out if you want. Definitely like a youthful, playful spring summer fragrance. All occasions, no problem, easy wear. You can wear it in the office, you can wear this going out, you wear this at nighttime. I think it's actually kind of sexy as well, so keep that in mind. But yeah, if you're looking for like a good cheapie, this might be one that you should check out if you haven't already. Okay, let's move on. All right, 2 more from the House of Creed. Both of these were gifts, and God, man, these are amazing. So everybody knows Aventus. This is Aventus Absolute. This stuff is ridiculous, man. Honestly, like, this might be the king of fragrances. I hate to say it because it's just so good at what it is that it's almost annoying, and it's extremely powerful. This is like Wall Street businessman, successful person, man with confidence, drives a nice car. You make jeans and a t-shirt look like James Dean. Like, this is your fragrance. Don't overdo it. You need 2 sprays, like tops. Like 2 sprays sometimes even for me is a lot, but this smells perfect. It just smells perfect. It's pineapple-y, it's musky. It's got that like historically common men's barbershop vibe to it a little bit, in my opinion, and it's just something that I think is so timeless and would go perfect with like an outfit like this, or again, like in any professional setting where you dress like a boss. I think this is insane. Yeah, worth checking out if you haven't already. Not for the ladies. They do have a women's version though. I mean, if you want to wear it as a woman, you can, but this is like a typical, very masculine, it's like so masculine in a way that like it would be weird if you smelled it on a woman, I think, but whatever, do what you want to do. And then the next one is one that I haven't really used yet because the weather just hasn't been calling for it, and this is millesime imperial. This is actually my second bottle of this. The first bottle I purchased myself a long time ago, and then this one was sent to me. It was an absolutely amazing gift from the team at Creed. Addicting. So and their atomizers are nice. The caps are heavy. Like, this is just such a good experience. This is like a fresh, oh my God, this is like a fresh aquatic fragrance, a little salty. There is, what is the ingredient called? It is called, forget. It's actually in the original Aventus too. It's probably in this as well. Man, there's a I don't have the patience to go look this up, but there's a note that is derived from the oils taken out of whale vomit that washes up on the shore. It like hardens in a hard block. People like are gross, so they've like taken the notes, or they've like squeezed the oils out of it and made a fragrance note with it. Apparently it's extremely expensive too. I can't believe the name isn't coming to me. Whatever. I feel like that's a very prominent note in here. That's where it gets its salty aquaticness from, and it's addicting and super unique and very, very special. If you haven't smelled this, this might blow your mind. Maybe even more so than Aventus, because I feel like Aventus is a very mature fragrance, but this one I think is a little more accessible for different age groups, like maybe not teenagers, but I could actually see the right teenager wearing this. Although if you're spending this much money on a fragrance as a teenager, tell me how you're making your money, because that's impressive. Regardless, I think it's incredible. This is that, yeah, perfect, zero effort summer aquatic daytime fragrance for sure. Super unique, super fresh. I think 3 sprays of this and you'll be good. All right, next up, a personal favorite of mine. It just brings back memories. This is also in my Fragrances for Life video that you can check out here. This is called Molton Brown, Coastal, Cypress, and Sea Fennel. Even the bottle just like suits my aesthetic. This thing is incredible. I've said it before, I'll keep it quick. Oh my God. It smells like the fresh ocean, salty air blowing on you as you drive with your Jeep in Florida and the top down. It is freaking addicting and I love it. It just reminds me of that first trip my girlfriend and I took to Florida, and it is so special to me. I would say it's like the summer version of Creed Aventus in a way. It doesn't smell the same at all, but it gives me that vibe. I feel like this is just the summer version. Like, this is this guy on vacation. That's how I feel. I feel like when Creed Aventus goes on vacation, he wears this. That's just my opinion. Take it for what you will. Definitely a unisex fragrance. I see it more on a man than a woman, but totally unisex. And I would say ages 23 and up, like, you're probably fine wearing something like this, but I doubt it would be your favorite. If you're just getting into fragrances, I feel like maybe you need a little more time to just develop some tastes and learn what your preferences are. So perhaps as you approach your 30s, something like this might be more suitable for you. Another fragrance that's perfect for the spring, Molecule 01. This is something you've probably heard about all over the internet. I was influenced years ago to buy this fragrance before it was like super, super popular. And I'm not let down by it. I think at first I was a little disappointed. I thought I wasted my money because I didn't even smell anything. It almost is a nothing fragrance. It's just like you put it on and then whatever your smell is becomes exaggerated. It is just ISO-E Super mixed with perfume alcohol, as far as I know. So just 2 ingredients. ISO-E Super is used in a lot of fragrances, like I think as a booster. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, feel free. I'm not a professional. But that being said, this is something amazing for the high heat. Like spring is fine, whatever, but summer, incredible. Just douse yourself in this and it doesn't matter how many times you spray it, it's not gonna be overbearing. It's almost like it's not even there. I think it's very similar to Naked from the maker, only in the sense that it's almost like a nothing fragrance, but I do feel like Naked has more perfume to it. And then this one, again, is almost just like a mist. It's weird, but it's fantastic. And I think if you're looking for a fragrance that you want to wear on a day where you don't feel like wearing a fragrance, this is the #1 goat. It's just undeniable. This is my like 5th bottle in my life. I use it all the time. It doesn't matter. Incredible. Also, one of my most complimented fragrances of all time. Super random, because it's almost like there's no fragrance, but you walk into a room and everyone's like, oh my God, something smells really good. Trust me, it's this. Absolutely incredible. Any age group, any gender, day, night, summer, spring, winter, fall, I think you're good. This is like a perfect all-around fragrance. All right, this next fragrance is super intense for the springtime, but this is like again, early afternoon or evening scent. And this is Leather from Mlenett. I've spoken about this briefly in the past. I love the bottle, by the way. Here's what it looks like. Really good atomizer. Oh my God, this smells so good. This smells so good. It smells so good. For a leather fragrance, this is so good. Oh my God. It's like, I feel like it's like a scent you would expect from a candle, not from a fragrance. And yeah, man, let me just look at the ingredients here. I don't know. It's like, it gives me like it's a very like, it's not dark smelling. It's almost more of like a vintage leather smell. I'm almost getting coconut right now, which I don't know if I've ever gotten before. It could be all the mix of fragrances, but oh my God, it's so smooth. It's like a vintage leather jacket on like a girl who wears like oversized denim jeans with a cap on, who likes to go thrifting. Same thing for a dude. I feel like this might be like a Jacob Elordi fragrance, like if he's like wearing leather. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm getting coconut right now. I'm getting like sunscreen coconut. I've never gotten that before from this fragrance, so don't take that very seriously, but this is incredible. This is perfectly unisex in my opinion. I could definitely see this on a girl, and that like Jacob Elordi type, that effortless, like cool guy aesthetic. You know, you got your Bottega bag, you're going thrifting, you got a book in your pocket. It's a little on the intense side. I would say like 2 sprays, like it is a lot, and it lasts quite a while, which is amazing. If you're spending money on a fragrance, you want to get something that lasts. This will definitely deliver on that front. In my opinion, incredible. I don't reach for this enough, and smelling it now, I'm a little surprised, but perfect springtime fragrance. Yeah, I think if you're doing like a little light layering, you got like a light leather jacket on, tank top underneath, you know, like a nice like distressed pair of jeans, pair of boots, maybe a hat and some jewelry. This is a perfect fragrance for you. I wouldn't say it's like a morning fragrance, but you can definitely wear it in the morning. I would say this is, you know, yeah, fuck it. This is like an all day fragrance, and even at nighttime, for sure. I feel like this can be sophisticated if you dress in the corresponding way. Yeah, this is great. So check this one out. I don't know if I've ever heard anyone talking about this fragrance. So if you've experienced it down below, please let me know what you think. I love it. And let me know if you're getting that coconut note too. I'm a little thrown off by that. But either way, fantastic. All right, so this next one I bought myself. This is De Los Santos from Byredo. This stuff is insane, dude. It almost needs no introduction. I hope you've smelled this before, because if you haven't, you were genuinely missing out. This is insane. It is like ethereal and woody and soft and powerful, but just like a subtle, soft, powdery wood that just like projects in the best way. I would say any time of day, springtime, nighttime, daytime, whatever, man or woman. My girlfriend Valerie wears this all the time. Every time she puts it on, I'm jealous because it just smells so good. I'm like, damn, I wish I wore that. When I smelled this, I was instantly addicted. I get tons of people commenting on this when I wear it as well, because it is so unique. You see this a lot on the internet, but I don't really think you see it a lot in real life. I've never smelled this on anybody else before, so if you get a chance, check it out. One of my favorite fragrances from the house of Byredo. Absolutely stunning. Also, I love their bottles. I always have, always will. Magnetic cap is so satisfying. I think it could be worn by a similar person who would wear leather from Mlenett. I feel like these don't smell like each other at all, but I picture the same sort of person being able to wear both of these fragrances. I feel like if you like this, you're gonna like this. That's all I'll say, but perfectly unisex. I would say 20 years old and up. If you got good style, these are for you. All right, next one is for my youthful kings. This is called YSL Myself, and this is Le Parfum. This is my favorite one. They've released many. I actually have 3 different variants of this. I don't wear stuff like this anymore because I just feel like I'm getting a little older, but if you're under like the age of 27, oh, it's so good though. And you want a nice synthetic party fragrance. You're going out, you're like at that sweaty Shawn Mendes vibe with like your chest showing. Like this is your sexy going out fragrance. Summer club, summer like rooftop, summer bar. You're dressed in like flowy clothes. This is the one for you. This is my favorite of the YSL Myself. It's got that like, it's so synthetic, it's hard to describe the notes, but it's just got that like softness to it, that like iris perhaps that I just love. It's just, yeah, it's beautiful, and it's, I would say it's for men, but women could wear this for sure. Absolutely perfect if you're like a single guy going out, looking to have a good time, meet some girls. This might be the one for you. All right, next up, I think I'd say this one's more for the girlies, to be honest with you. If you want to get your girlfriend something nice, I think she's gonna love this. This one's called Missing Person from the brand Flur. You may not have heard of this brand. I do think it's more female focused. One of my favorite fragrances is called Father Figure from this brand, but this one is something that we don't reach for very often, and every time I remember we have it, I'm like, oh yeah, great. I don't love to wear this, but I love when she does, and what this smells like is like, and this is not meant to be weird, but it smells like a newborn baby. Like there's, you know, like a baby just smells so good and so cute, and it just smells like newborn baby, and that's the only thing I can describe it as. I really hope that doesn't come across weird, but that's how she feels about it too. My girlfriend also has that same opinion, and it's incredible. It's soft, it's gentle, it's powdery. It doesn't do anything crazy. It's just a very like subtle, clean fragrance, and I think it's so cool. It's very unique, and I haven't smelled much like this before. What does it say? It's described as a floral musk. The top note is skin musk, so I wasn't wrong about the baby thing. Bergamot nectar and sheer jasmine. I actually do get the nectar part. I don't know about the bergamot nectar, but I do get like a nectarine like vibe to it. And then middle is fresh cyclamen, neroli blossom, orange flower base, sandalwood, Australia oil, blonde wood, and white musk. So very interesting, super unique. Definitely worth your attention if you want to get something for your girlfriend. I wouldn't necessarily wear this unless you're comfortable wearing very unique and obscure fragrances, but if you do like to explore fragrances like that, then check it out. But this isn't going to be like a going out clubbing single guy fragrance at all. And I think all ages, all times, all occasions, totally fine for this one. All right, I think I'm saving the best for last right now, and I've got 3 from this house I want to talk about. And the first one I think is my favorite fragrance I've smelled in honestly a very long time. It snuck up on me. So I actually sat down and met with the owner and founder of this fragrance brand. I went to New York City, we had dinner, and we actually dined in the same room as Paul McCartney, which is mind-blowing for me. I don't think he cared. I think he's like quite well connected, so he just didn't care. And I was, you know, just meeting him because he's gifted me some fragrance, and he likes to be in touch, and he likes to know who he's giving his fragrances to make sure, I guess, his brand is in good hands, which shows to me that he's very passionate about his company, and he takes his work and his art very seriously, and it's like his baby, and I really respect that, and I feel like I would probably be the same way if I were in his shoes. So I love that I got the opportunity to meet him, and beyond that, pick his brain, because starting my own fragrance brand has been a lifelong dream of mine. If you've been following me, you may have heard the story about how fragrances sort of started my entire trajectory into what I do now. And I really credit smelling Tom Ford Venetian Bergamot at Holt Renfrew in Toronto like 10 years ago for expanding my mind in like forcing me to set these lofty goals for myself. It just opened my eyes up to a whole new world. Anyway, that being said, I have a few fragrances from this brand, and this is called The House of Beau. I think they're a little newer on the scene. You may not have heard about them, but they're in a lot of retailers. They're very, 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 very cool. And their packaging is honestly stunning. Now, like, look at this. I actually have the paperwork backwards here. Usually, this is actually the box for my girlfriend's fragrance as well. But usually when you open the box, it has an image representing the notes. Sorry. Usually when you open the box, it has an image representing the notes here, and then the actual fragrance itself. This is the wrong box, ignore that. But the fragrance is called Espíritu. Now, For starters, this bottle is beautiful. This one is so stunning, dude. Like actually 10 out of 10. It weighs a ton. It is so just, it just feels like quality. And then you take the cap off. Actually, this cap is defective. So that's unfortunate. You can see here, it gets stuck. So like this, and the insert wants to come out with the lid. But the lid is all hand carved. Every single lid on their fragrances is a different material, and each one is a piece unique. This is just a subtle defect. I have many bottles of their fragrances, and this is the only one that has that issue. So I don't think you're gonna get in, so I don't think you'll have any concerns with that. First of all, look at this atomizer, bro. Just, oh my God, dude. This fragrance found me at the perfect time in my life. This is me as a fragrance right now. I think this is just perfect. It is so soft and so powdery and so just airy and so woody and just a beautifully, like subtly masculine scent that in my opinion can be casual or sophisticated. To me, at my age, it's mind-blowing, but not in like a groundbreaking way. It's just mind-blowing that I don't have anything like this before this came along, and it's incredible. So this is called Espíritu, and I believe the fragrance is inspired by the trees that grew outside of his father's house when he was a kid, and that's where the wood notes come from that specific tree. That's based off of memory I'm recalling we had in our meeting. And I think that's very special. I love the story behind this one. They mostly focus on female fragrances, I would say, or at least feminine leading fragrances. And this is one of the more masculine ones. So if you are a man looking to explore this house, this is my #1 recommendation. This is something that I'm gonna blow through. I took the sample size on vacation with me. It's almost gone. This is like a daily wear for me right now. It's again, clean, soft, woody, sophisticated, also casual. The atomizer is insane. I just love it. I love everything about it. Feels like high quality. I will like give a little bit of a knock on the boxes, and that might be a personal taste. I don't love the box. I don't love how you open it and it kind of sticks a little bit. It doesn't feel cheap, but I think for the price point, I would expect a little bit more out of the box itself. I do love the attention to detail inside the box with like the inserts and the breakdown and the photo. I think that's all beautiful. Just the actual box, I don't love, but I do understand why it is this way. And it is super unique, and it's giving, and I feel like it fits the brand identity perfectly. They are based out of Mexico, if I'm not mistaken. At least that's where all the stories are originating from. So this just gives that vibe. I like everything about it. I just wish the box was a little bit better quality. That's just me though. Now, if you're watching this and you want another masculine fragrance from the brand, I can definitely say Infinite Oud might be something that you would enjoy. This is so special, absolutely stunning, and there's no issues with this cap at all. As you can see, this one made out of a different material. And this is, again, it's almost the same softness from the other fragrance, similar woodiness. Oh my God. And then it's got this like oud note that doesn't smell like the oud that you know. Like I associate oud with a very Middle Eastern scent. This one to me is a lot more accessible. This smells so expensive. I don't think oud fragrances suit me. I'm like the whitest guy. I dress more like streetwear. I got tattoos. I'm not super like, you know, I just don't feel like I fit the vibe. With that being said, this is addicting, and anybody who's got a darker complexion, man or woman, I think could wear this, especially if you're looking for something sophisticated, higher end for like an evening out or an afternoon lunch and you were just dressed to the nines. This is the perfect fragrance, or like an everyday fragrance, to be honest with you, for somebody looking for something like that. I don't think this is something I'm gonna reach for very often just because it doesn't suit me, but it's so addicting. If I walked past somebody and they were wearing this, instantly I would be like, holy crap, they smell fantastic and they're probably super rich. Like that's the vibe it gives me. And I think it's one of the most gentle and beautiful oud fragrances I've ever smelled in my life. Not that I've smelled too many. I've probably smelled I've probably smelled a dozen of them, and this one is by far my favorite. It almost gives like Molecule 01 if it had like a subtle oud to it. It's just so stunning, and oh my God. I wish I was like a little more tan or just like a little more brave to wear this one, because I do feel like it deserves to be worn. So I'll chip away at it, but I don't know if it's for me. I just wanted to mention it because it does deserve respect and recognition for what it is. So if you're watching and that's what you're looking for, maybe check it out. Now, I have to show you this. This is another one from the House of Beau, and this is called Verde. These boxes I like a lot more. You look at this, absolutely stunning. The lid comes off. and then your fragrance is presented to you beautifully. But you will see what I mean inside. Hold on. See how the box is just like slightly damaged there, and like not like particularly, it just doesn't feel particularly premium. I feel like that's what's getting me a little bit. Like dude, nothing is good enough for me. I have really high standards, and that is like one of my greatest downfalls, to be honest with you. It works against me a lot, but it's also why I'm really good at the things I do, because I just have such high expectations, and that translates to everything. I'm a tough critic when it comes to products, especially because I'm very passionate about fragrances and luxury products and just like expression through the form of products and lifestyle. It really does, like, you know, get me going. So whenever I see something that I don't love, it doesn't ruin the whole experience for me, but I can't help but notice it. That being said, this is an absolutely stunning fragrance. This one is very, very green, and the cap is so beautiful. Look at this cap. Unreal, unreal. Again, an amazing atomizer. Watch. Like, wow. This is a fresh fragrance. I don't even know who this is for. I would say definitely for a woman. Warmer climate. I'm trying to think of what this reminds me of. You know what? I might actually have to pull up for Granica for this one. Let me see. It's described as aromatic, fresh, spicy, green cannabis. Agreed. I agree with all of that, to be honest with you. Oriental fougere fragrance for women and men. I might have to re-educate myself on the meaning of fougere, because I don't think so. I always pictured fougere as like a barbershop fragrance. I can see this as a very green barbershop fragrance though. Watermelon is one of the middle notes, which is very unique. You know what? Actually, that's what I'm smelling. Definitely. Yeah, I'm definitely like, there's something weird about it, and I think it was the watermelon. That's super cool. Yeah, this one I included because I just think it's super unique and it's super fun, and I think my girlfriend and I will be testing this out this spring. I just think the brand deserves a little bit of love, so I'm mentioning it, although it's not like my favorite thing and I'm a little confused by it. To be honest with you, that's the truth. It smells green, it smells fresh, it smells slightly aquatic, very addicting, but I can't picture who would wear this. Like, I'm a little confused if it's a man or a woman, mature or young, casual or sophisticated. I really don't know. This might be something you just like wear on vacation. I really don't know. Check it out. Let me know what you think down below about this one, if you've smelled it before, if you like it. I just thought it was worth showing to you because look how beautiful these bottles are. Honestly, they're so stunning. There's also some new releases always coming out from this brand, so keep your eyes peeled if you like them, if you're interested in smelling some of their new products. But for now, I think that's it, my friends. Those are some of the fragrances that I will be wearing this spring that I'm absolutely obsessed with. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Let me know down below what your favorite fragrance is for the spring, if you like any of the ones in this video. And please, if you have ever smelled the espíritu, just comment down below if you have the same sentiment as me, because it's just so addicting. I love it so much, and I want to know if you feel the same way. With that being said, if you guys have not already, please click the subscribe button. It helps me tremendously. I feel like we just hit a wall at my current subscriber count, and if we can break through that, we'll get the momentum back. I'm finally back from traveling for a while. I've been really overwhelmed with my personal and professional life, so I've been a little bit sloppy on my upload schedule, and I totally apologize for that. I will do my best to continue to deliver the content that I know you guys are looking for. Somebody keeps commenting, when's the basics video coming out? Oh my God, I promise it's coming. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. It's not in my control. I'm waiting to collaborate with somebody, and life happens. So that will happen one day. To everybody else, if you're new here, thank you again so much for watching. If you could, again, click subscribe. We're at like 70% of my viewers don't click the button. If we all clicked it, it would be really sick. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you again for your continued support. I love you, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Peace.